The Semicolon Project is an encouraging idea for those who struggle with mental illness and suicidal ideation. The idea is that you can use a semicolon, a pause or break in your story, to take care of your mental health instead of ending your sentence, your life. The idea of a bucket list, things you want to do in your lifetime, can be daunting to those struggling to make it day to day. Here we've combined two ideas, knowing that if we end our lives, none of these dreams will come true. At Community Reach Center, thousands of clients come in battling mental illness, but we are all fighting for a better tomorrow.
My name is Brandon Wilcox. I'm the program manager of peer support and a facilitator of the Consumer Advisory Panel.
My name is Wes. I'm on the Consumer Advisory Panel.
My name is Tara Speak, and I'm on the Consumer Advisory Panel.
My name is Damien, my pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm on the Consumer Advisory Panel.
So this project started in my basement doing an art therapy session for myself, and I have been inspired by the semicolon project, the idea that a semicolon is to take a break at the end of the sentence instead of ending it, that you take that pause to take care of your mental health and then you continue your story. And I decided to expand on that idea by incorporating a bucket list, a reason why I'm going to pause my story to take care of my mental health so I can keep moving forward.
So I thought that Tara's idea was great. I've been in similar places in my life where I've been, struggling, and so I just wanted to take my art and put it out there. And
I think it's really good for people to see, because I know quite a bit of people do know of the Semicolon Project, but I think that adding the bucket list in it and people showing their art, whether it's good or bad. I know a lot of people, I don't feel like I'm a great artist, but still just to see something that I made out there, to me feels great. So to have other people see what we as consumers have done, I think that it may encourage others to make their own, even though we're done with the project. People seeing everybody else's stuff, they may connect with something, and that might be the one thing that just they needed that day. And so I think it's really cool that everybody is going to see the different ones, and then not only that, but going to different buildings, you're going to see different art. So I think that all together it's going to benefit a lot of people. It's definitely going to give pause and have people thinking on what keeps them going, because it's what I did.
A few years ago, I was really struggling with suicidal ideation, and I kind of finally came across this idea where, if I can help just one person not feel alone or to benefit from my experience, that all of the pain would be worth it. And back then I hadn't even heard of Community Reach Center, so being a part of this panel and being a part of this art project has really opened my eyes to seeing how I can influence so many different people, and seeing the potential of not only myself, but of the thousands of people that I come into contact with every single day. And that if we keep fighting and keep finding reasons to be here, that we can find our potential.
So my bucket list is front and center, the top of the semicolon, transgender flag. I only came out like a year ago as trans, so it's all pretty new to me, but it's a big part of my life now. Fighting for the rights and stuff, which I have actually done within Community Reach Center. The second largest thing would be my kids. And there's so many places I want to travel to, and they're just, if I'm not here, I can't go. Having all that out on paper and doing all of that gave me a lot of time to think on how to even move forward.
And on my bucket list, that was a big piece of just, making something better for one other person. But I also have a picture of Italy. I really want to go to Italy and see my favorite artists. I want to be able to get my degree in school, and I'm actually going. Next month, I'm starting school again to get my associate's degree. And you know, this has all just been happening within the last year. And just seeing little pieces of that bucket list coming through, it's been amazing.
On my bucket list, I want to visit Alaska. That one's on there. I like to go hiking, so that's on there. Camping, a lot of outdoor stuff, because I like to do stuff outdoors. Also, you know, just I want to learn how to paint.
A lot of times when you're dealing with recovery, you're isolated. You're dealing with medicine changes, you're dealing with therapy appointments, you're not able to get out and interact with other people. And being able to interact on this part, even though I didn't meet these people, I got to see their art and be like, wow, you know, my ideas just somehow made it to somebody else. And I don't think that would have ever been possible had I just done the typical recovery process of therapy and medicine.
I think one of my favorite things about this project has been being able to see the hope that it inspires in the consumers, that when they are completing this project, they are inspiring other people and they are putting hope out into the world. But a secondary factor of this project is that the semicolons have actually become almost a vision board for some of these members. I have talked to so many consumers that now that they have something down in their semicolon art project, they're working on it more. Every consumer sitting up here next to me today, something that they've put in their semicolon bucket list is something that they are actively working on. And so we know that when we visionize things in our life and when we put them on paper, we're much more likely to do them. And so one of the biggest inspirations about this project for me is seeing people actually follow through with the things that they want, because they're creating plans and steps and a vision towards it. Which I think is true, right? Like, I think all of you have put something down on your semicolon that you are actively working on. You're working on your wood carving. You're working on going back to school. You are working on changing inclusivity at Community Reach Center within our bathrooms, which is all three things that you guys visioned a year ago and are now taking active steps towards it because you put it down.
Huge thank you to Brandon. This past year, for me personally, was not easy. I had several really heavy med changes, and even throughout that whole thing, Brandon did his best to keep me involved with the entire process, which I've found in my life to be really difficult, because when I get sick, people are like, oh, it's okay, you just take care of yourself and we'll do it for you. And that wasn't the case here. It was, hey, when are you gonna feel better? Or like, you know, when do you think you can squeeze this in? Or how can I help you? And that made all the difference, I think, in my recovery, because I wasn't just sitting there thinking, how can I get better while they're doing this all for me? It was, oh, I have something that I'm working on right now.
Know that you are not alone. We hope these pieces of artwork help you in your journey, and we hope that you live to your fullest, checking off the items on your bucket list because you take daily pauses to take care of your mental health. Take a pause today. Live out your dreams tomorrow.